Since 2020, the suburbs north of Dallas have grown at a remarkable pace, helped in part by corporate relocations and South Asian workers on H-1B visas moving into the area. New housing developments, schools, and a highway expansion followed, reshaping towns like Frisco, Prosper, and Celina. But now some of the forces behind that growth are starting to shift.
President Trump's $100,000 fee on new H-1B visa applications is triggering confusion for corporate America and for workers.
Governor Greg Abbott is temporarily pausing all H-1B visa applications.
This story is really about how a lot of the currents that are moving through our economy right now, immigration, AI, nativism, these are things that actually have economic consequences. It can leave a hole in the economy that's difficult to fill. The Dallas-Fort Worth metro area is a really central location with good transportation. There's no income tax. It's got really warm weather, and there's a community there that people really enjoy being part of. When you drive through that northern corridor, you see strip malls with sari shops and Indian street food joints. You'll see all kinds of grocery stores and things that are just catered to the South Asian community. The Dallas-Fort Worth metro area attracted more corporate relocations than anywhere else in the US from 2018 to 2024. It happened very quickly. We went from a kind of a rural farming community to a much more diverse place. There's a lot of tension.
We need more or less H-1B people here?
We need a lot less.
Go back to India. Why?
Frisco tonight, some are calling the Indian population growth there problematic.
Week after week, we've been seeing at the Frisco City Council meeting, people showing up talking about the Indian invasion is what they're calling it.
We've seen a rise in discourse around H-1B visas and Indian Americans. Some of that discourse has devolved into xenophobia, prejudice, and yes, racism.
I am transracial Indian. Sir, we need 10,000 more H-1Bs.
This city is done. You may as well change the city name to Mumbai. This is an Indian takeover.
H-1B visas are sold as importing the best and brightest. The system is riddled with fraud and bloat.
There are no verified reports of H-1B fraud in Frisco.
And I say America was great today. We have an opportunity to make America great again tomorrow morning. By being kind to each other, we keep America great.
The South Asian community has been impacted by Trump's ever-changing policies on H-1B visas. There are a lot of layoffs right now, and if you're on an H-1B visa, you have basically 60 days to find another company to sponsor you. Otherwise, you have to leave or potentially face deportation. In February 2026, home prices in the heart of that growth corridor north of Dallas were down 9% in a year. That's huge when you compare that with the metro as a whole, where prices were down just 4%. Some of these towns have no other significant industry. Celina is just a growth town. South Asian buyers have been really important for the housing market in this area. Home builders started building subdivision after subdivision because they thought there was an endless number of Indian-born buyers out there. With fewer buyers, there's less revenue coming into these towns, which really need it. With growing populations, you need a lot of infrastructure, and all of that is very expensive. So when these buyers pull back, there's a real impact.
It's not. And it's really not a buyer's market either, unfortunately. Right now, it's no one's market. Yeah. Is it okay if we come around 6? I live in Frisco, Texas for last 25 plus years. Originally from India. Started my career as IT engineer. I started on H-1B, worked here, applied for green card. Now we are citizen here. During that journey, I became the real estate agent.
I feel like the best time right now is to rent out a property and just maybe sell later or maybe never sell, who knows?
In a couple of years, things will be different, and then it would be a better time to sell. My client base has been mainly the South Asian communities. I have many potential customers who have been looking for 2 or 3 some years. Now they have stopped shopping for a house because they are not on a green card or citizen, but they are on a typical H-1 visa or L-1 visa. They are not certain what will happen to them tomorrow. I see the market is not going down for sure. However, it is at a standstill point right now. If some of the immigration dynamics, they are not changed, we are not going anywhere.
Homeowners are now competing with cheaper new construction, builder incentives, and a flood of listings. And that's leaving many unable to sell.
Celina is one of the fast-growing area, specifically this community. Beautiful area, beautiful community neighborhood. My son is very best in sports. He's really doing a great job in school on the 8th grade football. These are also medals from the soccer game. He's also best player in basketball. We're really proud of his multi-game talents. We have moved from North Carolina, Charlotte during summer 2023. After a few months, diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. My entire life is completely flipped. I lost my job. It's been almost 2 months. And at this moment, it's very hard to maintain financial situations and mortgage payments. Finally, we did take a hard decision to sell. The buyer's party came in and left just within 5 minutes. We were really surprised at that instant. We contacted the realtor. After their feedback, we felt a little uncomfortable because they're saying that there are so many religious stuff, personal stuff still there. We realized that we have to make our home very, very generic to attract all kind of people. We packed everything. We rented one of the public storage area nearby, and we moved all the stuff into that storage room. We have to detach each and every memories that we built. So far, within 3 months, literally there is no offer. We are absolutely fine to sell this home with loss of money.
The Dallas market illustrates a phenomenon that's playing out in markets around the country. The Bay Area, Seattle, but also areas like Northern Virginia and the Research Triangle in North Carolina, where you have a lot of Indian immigrants on H-1B visas. You're seeing similar things happening. The future for the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area is a little bit uncertain. The economy is not as strong as it was, but it's still a powerhouse. The issue is the housing market has really weakened. It's tough for sellers right now, which means if you're a buyer, you have a bit of an opportunity. There's a little bit of a silver lining. The big question is, will anybody replace that Indian-born homebuyer? This is a real test. Will the market boom again for some other reason? But I don't see an obvious replacement for the Indian buyer.